which comes to each village in the valley once every 3 years. The platform is a place of assembly, a pub, a town hall, a courthouse, all at the same time. But most important of all, a place of worship. In fact, the platform is the center of village life. Disputes are settled there, and at festival time, animals are tied to the platform while the priests who sit above prepare for the sacrifice by chanting incantations, sometimes all day long. Next to the platform, a strange trophy hut. There used to be gruesome war trophies in it, the eyes and hands of enemies killed in battle. Although the government stopped tribal fighting now, the hut is still a starting point for ritual processions. The festival starts with sacrifices. Pigs are brought to be blessed, rather unwillingly. Then they're taken to a special shrine where another priest in ceremonial robes prays to the gods for good crops. The pigs are then anointed and slaughtered. Anointing is always the first part of a sacrifice. The more well-to-do Apatanis offer a bullock, and by giving the meat away according to ancient rules, they hope to gain social prestige or keep up with the Joneses. But everyone has to give something. Cattle are only kept for prestige and sacrifice. They're never milked or harnessed. After the priest's blessing, the bullock is led to its owner's house, and the whole village gathers round excitedly to watch the sacrifice. The priest stands above the scene on the veranda chanting prayers. After the slaughter, the priest scatters to the winds the feathers from a live chicken and calls on the spirits of the fields and forests to bless the donor's household. By this time, hundreds of people had arrived for the festival. There were even some of their old enemies, the Daflas, too. Obviously, the excitement was for something special, but what was it? What was going to happen? What was the climax of the festival? And then they thought they'd found the answer. The whole village was busy hauling upright an enormous pole. But why all this energy? What could be done with a cross between a television aerial and a maypole when there wasn't any electricity? How did this come into the festival? As soon as the pole was upright, everyone held it steady by taking the strain on the hundreds of ropes splayed out around it. Large flat boards were driven into the ground to hold it into position. Whatever they were doing, it was obviously important, something everyone helped with and was interested in, something that was a great deal of trouble, but the Heimendorfs, and apparently even some of the visitors, were still puzzled. They were amazed to see one brave man volunteer to climb to the top, at least 70 feet up, and unfasten the ropes which had been used to pull it up. But the whole contraption still looked very shaky. The ropes were coiled up and stowed away, leaving only one attached to the pole itself. Everyone was dressing up. For Apatani men, the fashion was a horizontal brass pin through a plaited knot above the forehead. And the tails were rewoven.